The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
Well, speaking of comedians, the night of all nights, the night where Hollywood acknowledges the creme de la creme of talent in their pool of actors and actresses and peers and who else? Don't producers and directors. That's all on
soundtracks.
Yeah, all on Oscar night, right?
Costume designers.
The Academy Awards.
Yeah.
That is the stage that the world gets to see. And unfortunately, on the night of one of Hollywood's elite, on the night of his biggest night, we got to see a side of him that we ain't seen, not never.
Since Hancock.
Or since Ali. You know what I'm saying?
With a little Hancock in him.
With a little Hancock in him. Yeah, never mind. But Will Smith, the slap that was heard around the world, on Oscar night, walked on stage, got up out of his chair, first of all.
That was a long walk, too.
Walked that catwalk. That was a runway. Like if he was on a fashion walk. Walked up to Chris Rock, unbeknownst to Chris Rock, because Chris, I think, thought he was probably gonna come up there and play with him. You know, you do that fake tussle, or you grab the mic and say, "Let me say something."
Yeah.
You know, one of those kind of moves. Yeah. So, unexpectedly, got, for lack of a better, he didn't get sucker punched, but he got sucker slapped by Will Smith. What's your thoughts when you first saw
it? Like a lot of people, especially people that were there in attendance, I thought it was part of the act. Then you get to hear the actual audio later on.
The audio of
Will Smith after he gets back to his seat, and he repeats himself. I'm like, oh,
he doubled down,
playing like he's serious.
He did it a little slower and with a little bit more bass.
Yeah, like some your daddy would tell you to do, but this time with a little bit more urgency.
Like you coming in the house, you know what I'm saying?
You get expeditiously.
Like get off the porch and get your anus.
Yeah, get right now.
Right, not now, but right now.
Get off your good intentions and get
right.
But and after, cause like I didn't watch the Oscars, honestly.
I got a text. I didn't watch it either.
Cause honestly, I forgot they were coming on.
Facts.
So I woke up to all this, and when I saw it, I thought it was, is this a joke? Is it part of the show? And the look on Chris Rock's face told it all. I was like, no, that was real.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was like everybody else. They showed still shots later on.
Right.
Of everybody's face in the audience, and that was jaw dropping. You know.
Yeah, it was jaw dropping. Obviously, like you said,
no pun intended.
Obviously, but was it fake? We thought it was a part of the act.
Yeah.
Chris Rock probably thought this is a part of the act that he didn't know about.
Yeah, because he leaned in like he was like going
to
tell him something.
It's Will Smith.
Yeah, he thought Will was going to tell him. He's leaning
in
like what?
Let me say this: if it was 50 walking up there, I think Chris Rock would have been doing the same thing, like thinking he could ready come up there and say joke
and be fifth.
But not punch him or not smack. Just
if anybody,
just to kind of put a little.
If anybody, expect that if you are going to get punched,
possibly him.
Yeah.
But sometimes you use your size to show something, not necessarily the be physical, but you show your size, and even if you're joking, you show your size. I don't know how big Chris Rock is. I don't know his height. I don't know his build. I don't know his weight. I don't know none of that. But nonetheless, I don't care if it was Kevin Hart walking up there. Smacked off guard is smacked off guard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's start there. So we ain't got to talk about because Will Smith big. Smacked off guard I've been smacked by a girl off guard, and it hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it was off guard. You know what I'm saying?
Did it make your teeth click?
It made my jaw move a little bit, and it had and you sit there and you puzzle. You like, which one of y'all just hit me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Got the Dennis Edward jaw going.
Right. Mateo. But is that him? That was him. Right? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fake for the hot second, but I think everybody got caught because it sounded. You heard it.
Man, did that thing sounded off, bro. Like it was almost like it's like he came down the hand of God.
I beseech thee.
Because he is like significantly taller than him.
Yeah, he is.
It was like an overhanded type of joint. It's like your mom clocking you.
Right, but it wasn't a haymaker style. It wasn't like he cocked it and came with it. It came like from like this. It came kind of quick.
Yeah.
You know, it was
an overhand right.
Yeah, it was a quick one. And you know, his training, you know what I'm saying, could have kicked in. But I felt like it sounded. This could be me. I'm not Chris Rock's jaw, his face, none of that kind of stuff. But I felt like it was louder than the hit. Yeah. Again,
that's the thing about a slap. It's like the sound of it kind of
it's more
too.
Resounding than the actual how it felt.
Everybody like, ooh.
Because I think he was more shocked at what he said. Chris Rock was more shocked at what Will Smith was saying.
Like it was a joke, dude.
Than the smack. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like wow, Will Smith just smacked the ish out of me. Mm-hmm. He didn't say anything go like this. Can you believe it? Hold on a second. You know, again, that could have been a shock. It could have been the whole, let me keep my composure. It could have been all of those things. I don't know what he was.
I want to host again next year.
Right. And I don't want to look thrown off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was slightly thrown off, but I felt like he was more thrown off by what Will Smith said than the smack. Because, you know, after the first keep my wife's out your effing name. And then he's like, yeah, we joking, man. It's about then he slowed it down with a little bit more bass.
Mm-hmm. He chopped and screwed it.
Right. Right. He chopped and screwed it. Yeah, that's funny. And so now Chris like, all right, dude. All right. Now I think that's where he got thrown off.
That's one of them things you say you trying to calm a dude down. Like, hey, man. Hey, bro, we just playing.
Right. Like, relax, bro. First of all, it was a joke. Not necessarily about Jada Pinkett's hair, because I didn't even know she had alopecia. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't joke about that either, but I didn't know she had it. But it was more of the joke about the movie. She fits the build. If you know, no disrespect to Jada, but she fits the build. She has the physicalities of somebody who's athletic, who can move and do all of what Demi was doing. Hairstyle obviously was low, and it just fits it. It would, and then on top of that, it'd be a black woman playing the role that a white woman played. You know, we'd be like, oh, that's what's up. That'd be cool to see. So I thought in that regard, it could have been funny. Not lean over, break your ribs funny, but it was just a little. I get it.
Speaking of funny,
oh, you know the name of the podcast.
Oh, man. That just happened.
That just happened.
You see Will actually laughing at the joke himself.
He started chuckling. And it was a big laugh. It wasn't like a lean over laugh, but he laughed out loud.
And a part of me, because I know we talked about this earlier, it almost seemed like like he couldn't laugh. But it was so funny that he kind of got it. It's like
he got his.
Yeah, like I wish I had said the type of laugh, you know.
Right.
Well, that was a good one, you know. And Jada didn't think that was funny.
I don't know. I felt like there was a slight little, not a chuckle from her, but you know, if somebody making fun of you, even though you don't want to laugh at it, it could be funny. And sometimes you got to give it up because it is funny. Yeah. But then you not laugh.
Even though that person said it.
There you have it. I'm not laughing because it's you. It's funny what you just said.
That was a good one.
Dang, why couldn't be Amy Schumer saying that right now? You know what I'm saying? Or Wanda Sykes. That would have been.
They have history. You know, it's this weird type of history. You know, like.
Did you send me the picture of them together?
No, but I've seen it floating around.
Okay.
The internet. You know, they have this weird. I won't say relationship, but like how they. I know they travel in the same circles. You know, at some point, you're gonna run into this.
You have to,
again.
not at their level. You have to, yeah.
But I don't know what that is. It's weird, you know. and only they know what that is because Chris, he somehow, some way, he finds him in the audience. He doubles back around and bam.
Did you see the video of Marlon Wayans? No, I'm sorry, Sean Wayne when he was playing Chris Rock at the actual MTV Awards, acting as Chris Rock as host, making fun of the audience.
Sounded a lot like him.
That's right.
I give him props for that.
He was sounding just like, because he used to do them on In Living Color. But he sounded like him, had the mannerisms, made fun of real people because they were in the audience. Some laughed, some really didn't. Britney Spears didn't laugh. Some people laughed, some people didn't. But I like the way at the end, whoever the last person the fake Chris Rock joked on, the person went up on stage, not the real person, but the stand-in, the body double, went on stage and started beating him up, and then everybody who he joked about came on and started jumping. That's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you know how the Boondocks would do it, the Simpsons would do it, and then you sit and fast forward, and you're like, wow, who'd ever thunk it? Now I will say that I was disheartened though.
Yeah.
This is why I was disheartened.
I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got kind of down because I was like, this is another black man smacking the crap out of another black man on
worldwide
not
TV.
Just national TV, but like people across the world saw it.
This was all around the world. Yeah, and I was disheartened because I'm like, Chris Rock don't bother nobody. He can come crack jokes on me all day, and I'm like, all right, dude, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna smack him. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought the rule was, the unspoken or the unwritten rather rule is, you make fun of the audience of certain whoever we write the stuff for, and we move on with the show. How long has the Oscars been doing that? How long has the Grammys been doing? How long has these shows been, like those type of shows, been doing it? Forever. Yeah. Why is it different now? What was it really that happened? Not on that stage per se, but was going on in the mind, in the heart, in the whatever psyche of Will Smith.
Only he knows.
That only he knows. But we know, because he's been telling us along the way. You know, if somebody keeps saying, hey, man, if I get over there, I'm going to jump. If I ever get a chance to come over there, I'm going to jump.
Got it.
But they never get over there.
Leaving breadcrumbs.
Yeah, like just telling us a long way. Yeah, no, if I ever get over to that spot over there, I promise you I'm going to jump off that cliff. Yeah. Like, man, you ain't going to jump, man. First of all, you live in New York, and that cliff is in Hawaii. You get what I'm saying? Whatever. So you ain't going to never. And then one day they get to that cliff and jump. They say, I've been telling you since the beginning. So whatever he's been laying along the line, whether it's the hurt from watching his mom be abused by his dad, us, you know, him kind of also being the laughing stock even when it came to certain things. Because you remember, before he was Will Smith, he was Fresh Prince, if you know what I mean, as the rapper. And they always thought he was the corny dude. You know, even maybe not so much amongst his peers, but us on the outside went more towards the Big Daddy Kanes and the harder flavored.
Especially when placed beside NWA.
When you play, right, you start to, you know, don't look the same. You know, so you don't sound the same. It's corny now. We're getting jiggy with it. But at the same time, I'm thinking smart moves from Will, because you're going the route that earns you more money, more applause, and more access.
You're seeing rappers like Pitbull kind of take the same route.
Instead of being the thug.
Yeah, he's changed his whole style of music. You know?
Let me put on
he's
a
still
suit.
that dude.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't run up on him. You know what I'm saying?
He's proving that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't run up on him, because you understand why they call him Pitbull. But, you know, let me put on a suit and tie. Right. And do this for the ladies. Let me, you know, do this for that, as opposed to, you know, grabbing myself and holding my jewels. You know what I mean? And so I get if that's why he did it. As a, you know, maybe he didn't want to be hardcore. Maybe he enjoyed that kind of. But it gained him the access and the, you know, the ability to move around in Hollywood in ways that other rappers and such and such couldn't. But I don't. I was disheartened because he went and assaulted another, like a brother, and I don't mean black brother. I mean just a peer.
A peer.
Yeah, it was a peer, and then on top of that, we're gonna talk black brother, somebody that we all adore. You know, we look up to Will Smith because he has accomplished so much in the industry. And then Chris Rock, who has done the exact same thing using comedy to do it.
They were kind of simultaneously on the rise.
On the rise, right. I don't know what came first. Maybe Will Smith may have been quite slightly first. I don't know. But nonetheless, two different paths, but going through the same, in a sense, trajectory. Because remember, at one point, Chris Rock was boiling hot.
Yep.
What was it? Bigger and
Blacker.
Bigger and Blacker. I forgot the other one. But there was a couple of stand-ups that he did that just did not miss. You know what I'm saying?
Miss. No,
even when he came out with the latest one, I thought I enjoyed it. Tambourine. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so that's what disheartened me. I was like, dang, bro. It's easy for me to say this. This is Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? This is Monday morning quarterbacking. I wasn't in the game Sunday, so I wasn't in the pocket. Had a couple of linebackers coming at me.
5 big guys.
Yeah, coming at me at full speed. And I got to make a decision on who to throw the ball to, who's open. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully I'll make the right one without it being a fumble, interception, or a sack. You know what I'm saying? And so it's easy for me to sit here on Monday and talk about woulda, coulda, shouldas. So I'm not going to say that. So I'm just simply saying disheartened at the fact that you chose who you chose to dump that anger on. Because clearly you were boiling on the inside.
Like you and I were talking earlier, I think Chris Rock just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Something like that.
Because a part of me feels like
he had the wrong face on.
He had her face on Chris's body. He was really taking shots at that slap was meant for, you know.
I kind of see this stuff in hip hop in a sense, where you see these little bickerings back and forth on the internet. But when you see people of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's status, I don't like to see. We laugh at it. That's why Will has been like kind of like the joke for the past couple of years or so. Memes, and we watch him at Red Table Talks getting demeaned.
He's a new crime meme.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We was seeing all of that kind of stuff. And all the while, it's her that seems to be causing him the hurt. I'm not saying it. I don't know if it's her. He can only really say it. But, you know, he's admitted to, like, feeling some type of way about her relationship with Tupac, that was an extremely close relationship.
Yep.
Even how you say it?
Posthumously.
That word.
You got to say it fast.
Otherwise, it's going to mess up. You know what I'm saying? What he said. And even if it's that, after the death of Tupac, or just the other things that she's done. And we don't know all that she's done.
That's the thing. We don't know what else.
We don't know what he's done either.
Yeah.
Because there could be some things that she's hurt. And from my understanding, and what I was taught from someone, is when you hurt a woman,
she wants you to hurt.
She wants you to hurt 10 times more than that. But what better way to do that than to do it the way that she's been doing it? Publicly.
Yeah.
Like I said, we
like
was talking.
What's that thing, the torture thing? 1,000 cuts.
There it is, death by 1,000 cuts.
That's what she's been.
Yeah, slowly
on live TV.
And we sitting there watching, like we are watching this man, but we're also watching him crumble, and that's the downside. That's the side that's we got to pay attention to. We're watching what could be the fall of this great guy, because Will is a great guy. I mean, I wouldn't say good. I'm gonna say he's a great guy. We don't know all the demons, all the things he's battling on the inside, except for what he said. But again, like you said, he's leaving a bit breadcrumbs. And if he keeps saying, once I get over there, I'm going to jump, we got to, at some point, believe that he's going to jump.
Because I heard Dio, it may have been from his radio show, but somebody uploaded it, and he was talking about basically both guys, because, he's, of that circle, especially being around Chris Rock and a fellow comedian. He was saddened by the whole thing, but he also kind of tried to shed a different light on Will because he played a guest spot on there,
Right.
And DL was basically also speaking highly of Will because, like I said, he did a episode on there.
That's right.
As his past friend, he came to LA.
Didn't he want to be a comedian or something?
Yeah. He came to LA. Wow, that's funny. He came to LA to to get on the showcase for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, I think what became of that, he started warming up the crowd.
Okay.
For the show, and he said that was doing part of because something Will put a bug in somebody. Said, hey, why don't we just use DL for
nice
because he said he had a family at that time. Well, not at that time, but he was just pretty much trying to get his
career popped off.
In Hollywood. So Will shot him. He threw him a lob.
That's what's up.
So he was kind of caught like a lot of us in the weird space. We like both dudes. They've gone on to do great things.
Mm-hmm.
But
they're not. There are no stories of jerk.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no story of being jerks out there.
This one time I met him.
Yeah, none of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Of course, they run in different circles where they don't necessarily hang just anywhere.
Yeah, just anywhere now.
But at the same time, just I don't know. Like I said, it just disheartened me because of who it was. I asked myself, what if it was somebody else up there telling that joke? What if it was, say, The Rock telling that joke? Because if we're using size, which some people have, what if the comedian was bigger? Not bigger in name, but bigger in stature.
Interesting.
What if it was somebody who's not necessarily a comedian, but can still get up there and read a teleprompter? Yeah. What if it was 50 up there? That would
have went kind of differently. Even if he had attempted to slap, Fifth would have retaliated.
But would he had gotten up is what I'm saying.
When you walk that far, you got to commit.
Like while you're thinking,
you got to commit. You got to commit.
Like, how far did I go? Oh shoot!
You got to commit.
I am halfway there.
You locked in now.
All right, you got to get up there and start telling jokes with him. And another thing,
it's too late to turn back now.
Yeah, you got to get up there. And, give me the mic. Yeah, so G.I. Jane, you know what I'm saying? You onto something 50, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's we joke, but at the same time, it's sad. It's messed up. It happened to a great guy. Happened to a good guy. I don't know how he is personally, Chris Rock, but his TV persona and no rumor reports of him being a jerk. You know what I mean? It just happened to one of ours that happened on a platform that is none of ours.
It's none of ours.
And it should not have happened. So that lets us know that there's some stuff that's lying way beneath within Will Smith that needs to be sat down and really talked about. There's something, and it should not happen at the red table talk.
No,
it should not happen there.
Because she's not a professional therapist.
Because I think she needs to go see one.
They both
instead of playing one or being one, go see one
separately.
I think a therapist needs a therapist. You know what I mean?
They do.
Yeah. So
because they got to unload their stuff on somebody.
They got to get it off somewhere. You know how I do. I talk about it all the time. I say, dude, whenever I got something, I got to get it out of me because otherwise, I will walk around and it festers. Yeah.
And it just might show up at Burger King.
Like, what you say? I can't have it my way. You know what I mean? I don't know. I like to get it off me as soon as I can. That's why me and the ex got the joint. Can I cuss? Let me hold up. Give me a couple minutes, bro. Let me just get this off. And if you got something to say about it, say it. But let me at least get it off me. And it works for me. Yeah, because like you said, you don't want to get up one day like, one B, come on B. How will my man say in Paid in Full when they kidnapped his son?
Oh,
I mean, his
little brother.
Yeah, little brother. How he was in the car crying. B, there's one person say something to me. B, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like that, and that could have been Will for a minute. It could have been him for a minute. I said to somebody recently, and I said this with all sincerity. I said, man, sometimes I'm tired of being a nice guy. Sometimes I'm tired of being a nice guy. I consider myself a nice guy. I know probably at times I could be a jerk to somebody, but overall, I'm a nice guy. I
saw this meme that says, no matter how, I'm paraphrasing, by the way, no matter how nice you are, you're the a-hole in somebody's story.
Facts. So whoever that
I'm not denying that.
Right,
I don't know who, but I'm pretty sure.
Probably true.
Probably
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. And
I get it.
I receive it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna deny it. I can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with that. But overall, I'm a nice guy. But sometimes
that's being that whoever that person that thinks I'm a particular. If I've wronged you, I'm sorry. I didn't know I wronged you.
If I did, I
I'm not
didn't
like
do
that
it
all
on
the time.
purpose. You know what I'm saying?
That's not me 24/7.
Right. You caught me on a day. You know what I'm saying? But overall, you know what I mean? I think the resounding feedback that you would get about me, and it's not tooting a horn or anything, but he's cool, or he's a nice guy, or he don't bother nobody. I'm about to quote Slick Rick. I stay strictly to myself and all my work gets done. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes you get tired of being the nice guy. And that's sad when you get tired of being the nice guy.
I'm at this point, I'm in the future with it. I fast forwarded. And I'm just waiting to the point where he finally comes out and just explains what happened.
Where he's coming from.
Yeah, where all that energy came from.
Yeah, yeah. And they saying that they had asked him to leave and he refused that night. They let him get up there and give his acceptance speech.
He was on one and stayed on one.
Like I said.
Who gonna move me?
What he say? You know what I'm saying? Oh, now you better get up off your shoulders. Oh man, that is too funny, right? But and that they saying that something should have happened immediately. Like in other words, they said they shouldn't. The Academy shouldn't have allowed him to come up there and give his speech, especially since this happened first. You know what I mean?
That was clearly assault.
Yeah, it was an assault. Yeah, Chris Rock chose not to press charges. Which, if it was not Chris Rock, it had been a Caucasian.
Yeah,
there would been no
Bradley
question.
Cooper.
Yeah, there you go.
And Bradley Cooper, it'd have been instant.
The charges would have just been brought.
Yeah. Even if he hadn't pressed charges,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think Bradley would have did it, but they still would have.
They would have took it upon themselves.
Hit him in the back of that paddy wagon
because they can do that.
Yeah, watch your head, sir.
Yeah, right. They ain't gonna stop you to get you no Burger King and that, but you know, but they'll treat you nice because of who you are. Yeah. Well,
I've seen all your movies.
Well, clearly he got some triggers, and those triggers need to be totally identified and dealt with.
I know we were talking about Kanye earlier being in the sunken place. Does Will have a seat beside him in the sunken place?
They both falling. Yeah. Get out. Get out
of Hollywood.
Chappelle did.
He did.
Chappelle said, forget that. Give me this little town in Ohio.
Take a page out of my book. I'm going to go to Africa first. But
I'll
be back.
Get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to go chill in a chill spot somewhere. Yeah. And I'm sure better for it. You know what I mean?